Boom, boom, boom. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Sorry, it took me a little bit to get going. Took me a little bit, but I'm here. Storytelling Tuesday. Kind of just a fun day. Most of my lives, I'd rather be fishing. But, gotta have one fun day with just some stuff you do. Like coming on here and telling some stories. I know I usually come on here. Seems to take a while before we start getting the flow going. So I see we have at least somebody checking in. Probably because I saw the girls. Big Worm. Oh my God. Really, Big Worm. You never say hello. You just like hide in the background like a worm in the ground. And then somebody goes, has anybody seen Big Worm? And then you show up. So to be the first to say, hey, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Oh my God, my day has just been hectic. Hectic. Did a lot today. Did a lot. Upload that show. Had to do the thumbnail for that. Actually did the premiere for my new CCB bait challenge today. I'm still working on the intro for that. Started working on it last night. Yeah, filmed that. Had to do like a bunch of different segments. Had to put the baits together, all the other stuff. It's been crazy. Ooh, I could use that one for. I have a tips and tricks I want to do about. Well, anyway, sorry. I just randomly looked and went, "Ooh, that'd be a good thumbnail for it." Yeah, I think I have a lot of good ones for it. Well, Big Worm, how's it going? You're the only one that's come on so far. Let's see if Chris and Low Budget and the usual crowd get on here eventually. So usually I try to start early. So eventually, after about a half hour or so, we start getting some people in here. Because it's been, well, I don't know, last Tuesday was pretty slow. Till the end, we got a bunch of people on here in the end. Also, evidently, I guess Tuesdays, I don't know, everybody goes live now. So it's like every day of the week, there's somebody going live. It's all these people. Oh, yeah, I have lots of good stories. I didn't even think about it as far as the storytelling, but when somebody, I don't know if it was you, but somebody last week said to keep this thing going, they're like high school stories. I went, oh yeah, huh? Although I wasn't really, I was more into fishing and skating during high school, but I have a few stories. But then it dawned on me, oh yeah, wow, I actually have some good San Francisco stories. I lived there for 4 years, so I accumulated some in my brain. Just gotta wait for some people. Oh, speaking of that, look, it just showed number 2. It showed a 2. We're moving up, Big One. We have a crowd now. Oh, uh, you're you have a fishing expo? I didn't know you had a fishing expo, Big Worm. Yeah, we have low budget in here. Oh, low budget. Now that you're in here, and there's not many people, um, I should show you. I should show you what I've been working on all day. Because I filmed the bait challenge thing. I filmed it and I have it ready, and I've been working on the intro. Told you I'm doing the intro, and you want you want to see it? It's pretty. Let me stretch this out. Let me stretch it out so it's bigger. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where this intro came from. It's I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted a dramatic intro, and I had this one sort of little clip of music that kind of started the whole thing. This sort of intro thing. So I don't know. This might be like I don't know. All right, you want to see it? As I said, there's only you and Big Worm, so I figure it's kind of it's kind of a sneak peek because this is going to be what the intro is. But all right, here you go. I'll play it again. I know it's kind of quick, but one more time. I don't know. It's kind of glitchy on mine. uh, I don't know. It's mostly because it's my computer because it's not a gaming computer with the graphics card. With the graphics card being on the motherboard, now that's it. Kind of plays glitchy. It'll be a lot cleaner when. But I don't know. I just like the whole. It was just that first thing with the music and the breaking that just kind of got me going. And then after that, I'm like, well, what kind of music can I go into? Yeah, that's kind of what I don't know. I don't know if it'll work for all of them. As far as what other people are going to send as far as the background, but at least with your picture with the lightning, I think kind of went. But then with me with the whole coming in with the baits, kind of, I don't know. I just wanted to sort of. Well, I want to see it again. I said I'm still working on it. It's like I like to just. I like to see it. Well, I like to see it bigger. I like to see it actually done. But I added some flicker and that to me. And then, no, it's just like I don't know. You think it's too like? Is it? I don't know. I mean, it's only my side of it, but I I don't know. I just wanted that sort of huge, dramatic sort of. I don't know why. I don't know why I went that way with it, but I just love the whole. I don't know if it's gonna be let down after that because it's just me sitting down, talking, and showing debates I'm sending you. But I started off with a bang, literally. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just like I said, it was. Well, so it's kind of cool. There's only you and Big Worm on here because that was sort of a sneak peek. I didn't know if the intro to. I'll probably keep it that way. At least the whole like coming and exploding thing. I don't know if I'll keep the same music for all the rest of them as the series goes on, or probably. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I just got this mood to create like this dramatic, epic sort of intro to it. And yeah, I started with the explosion part and trying to find the right transition to have the breaking and all that. I spent all last night doing that. I don't have that in my Vegas, so but I said I used if you remember the video about the software, all those fancy transition. I miss Here We Go. The original one. Well, Here We Go is still in the new one. My new intro, right? Remember right at the beginning, right before it goes like Here we go, and at the end it's Here we go. It's not that song I made with all the drums and all the other stuff that says here we go. Who knows? Maybe I'll bring that back for some classic videos or something. Put in that old. That was a song I made. The one with the here we go. And like I said, in the new one, that's the more dramatic regular CCB fishing show intro. Remember that here we go is like kind of right in the beginning, and then at the end, here we go comes back in because I kind of incorporate it, but I don't know. I'm trying to expand. You get bored after doing the same intro forever and ever. So yeah, that one's totally different. That one's just. I said I think that was just. I don't know. It was fun. So I spent about freaking 3 4 hours on last night. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna definitely do a shirt that says "Here we go." But see, that's the kind of cool thing about it because now that it's kind of in there and not. But see, the old schoolers know where the "Here we go" came from. So I kind of like that. And all those shows I did with the "Here we go" intro are still on there. I don't know. I just got kind of. I don't know. I want it to be more upbeat and fun and more less folky. I still have the tips and tricks and the Baldy Bite intros that are very sort of folky and hometown kind of. But I don't know. Eventually, I might change the intro again to CCB, the music. But I kind of like that one. Brings me back to my club days and the fast pace kind of. So excuse me. It's like I can see the picture in the background when I'm staring at the phone. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I've been working on. Like I said, pretty much. I don't know for about 2 hours. Okay, I filmed it all. I got in here at 4 o'clock after filming the segment about your baits and what I'm sending you. Yes, I spent about 2 hours just getting to that point on the intro tonight, and I spent like 2 hours last night just on the first part with the breaking of the glass. So that little intro that's 19 seconds long has to this point taken me about 5 hours. I know most people are like, "What? Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, that's the way I am with it when I get something on my mind. I mean, a lot of it's sitting there and listening to a bunch of music, trying to figure out the music, and then I put it in there, and then trying to figure out what to do to it, how to do the transitions, how to do that. I don't know. I love intros and outros, obviously, because I have them in all my videos. And yeah, I can intros. I just totally love, and I don't know if people really appreciate that that little like 19, 20 seconds beginning is something you spent hours obsessing about and just fiddling with and just moving like 2 frames over and all that stuff. But, or obsessing and trying like 5 different songs under it and everything else. But yeah, it's an art form. Intros and outros. I mean, not necessarily YouTube, but my whole thing was I love movie intros and movie. I love the credits, the intro credits of movies and the outro. I mean, obviously, I like the movie itself. Is what? Oh yeah, on my intros. Yeah, yeah. It took me a while to get that intro down too. I mean, that was sort of something that sort of evolved in time, and I've kind of other shows coming up. I've kind of tweaked it a little bit. I still say hope you enjoy it at the end. But yeah, I mean, it's like anything you create. You create it, and hopefully you yourself like it. But you're throwing it out there, and you gotta hope other people enjoy it. If you're the only one that likes it, you got a problem. It's like home videos. Yeah, but see, I love talking to the camera. I've always, I mean, like I said, I've been doing it since 1986 when I got my first camera. So to me, talking to a camera is so natural that it doesn't even. But I can see it when I put other people on it. Yeah, well, I don't know. I can kind of see it. I kind of see it in my intro. Like Chris, he's actually kind of really good at being on camera when he's not really thinking about the fact he's on camera. But suddenly, when I put the camera on him, he was supposed to do that intro. You could totally tell that he was like nervous, and I can kind of see it in some of the people that do the intro for me or have done it for me already. That they might do their own show and talk to the camera and that, but when they're suddenly doing it for somebody else and they kind of have to script something and say something that's not just from them, they get a little bit nervous and stuff. No, you just got to learn to talk to the camera like it's your friend or it's just somebody you're talking to. I mean, that's the way I am. And I think that's why a lot of times when I'm filming, people kind of either they'll answer me or they'll think I'm freaking crazy because the way I'm talking to the camera, they think like it's like I'm talking to an imaginary friend. San Antonio to stream? I might go there and film. I wanted to go there last year, but I never made it down there. I'd love to go there for the Swallies. I don't think I can go live there. I don't think there's any connection. If that's what you meant. But yeah, I would like to go there and film. I definitely want to go back and fish it. When you look at, when you look at, there's nobody there when you're looking at the lens. Maybe that's part of your problem. When you're looking at the lens, there's nobody there. There's nobody. You're just talking to one person, the camera. You're not. It's like don't look at it like there's 1,000 people behind it. You're just talking to one person. All of your yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm better at it than other people in that. But yeah, no. When you look at the camera, you're just talking to one person. Just think of you talking to somebody that's there with you, just a friend. Your camera is your friend, and talk to it like it's your friend. If you need, I mean, I don't know, dress it up. Yeah, pretty much. Talk to it like it's your buddy. I mean, just like you're a ventriloquist, and instead of a puppet, it's the camera, and your puppet is your friend, and so it's just like you have an imaginary friend, but it's your camera. So it's like, oh man, you believe I missed that fish? Oh no, I can't believe you missed that fish. So talk to it like that. Like talk to it like it's somebody. Hey, Jay Jones showed up. Nice. Yeah, I mean that's basically what you're doing is you're talking to your buddy. Your camera's your fishing buddy. So you talk to it like it's a buddy. Like and don't feel uncomfortable talking to it. Like even if there's people around, you're like, man, did you see that fish? How the hell did I miss that fish? But if there's a bunch of people standing around, all of a sudden you're like, um, did you see that? Did you see that fish? Do you? I mean, no, you gotta talk to it like it's. You're, that's why you're doing it. It's a real person. You're talking to it. It's a buddy. It's a friend. You just. Like I said, I've been doing it since I've had a camera since 1986, and I loved filming and making skate videos and everything else. And so the camera, I was talking to somebody. Anyway, there was nobody. But somebody was going to be watching it. So I was talking to somebody when I was talking to the camera because eventually, and at that time, there was no internet or anything. So I had to go, put it in a VCR and have them watch it or something. But yeah, no, it's just, yeah, that's kind of the way to think of it. It's just you're talking to somebody, your buddy, your friend, your puppet, like a ventriloquist. You have to be that sort of real person when you talk to it. Because I mean, you can tell when people are just talking to it as if it's not there, or if it's just, I don't know, they're just not being real when they talk to the camera. They kind of feel uncomfortable when they talk to it. You just gotta be yourself and talk to it as if it's your imaginary friend, which is kind of weird and creepy, but that's just kind of what you have to do. I guess that's what makes you more real and more natural when people watch it. Oh, Hook'em Dado. How's it going? Oh, you're on the road again. Oh, of course, it's Tuesday. Yeah. Well, I always joke around when I say something to people. And I go, oh, I'm sorry, was that out loud? Damn it. I got to quit hanging around my homeless friends. Because, homeless friends, I mean, homeless people often talk out loud when it's something they should say internally. So, but most people don't get to joke when I say that. But because it's intentional, I'm doing it as a joke. When I say something and they look at me and I'm all, "Oh, I'm sorry, was that out loud? Gotta quit hanging around with my homeless friends because homeless people usually talk out loud. I don't know. I think in some of my videos, I answer myself sometimes, don't I? It's like, that was a stupid move. And I'll go, yes, that was. And this what? Which is going to ask, would this create some sort of disorder? What? Answering yourself and well, I'm still working on interviewing myself. I love the split screen idea, and I've had this idea for a long time. Casey Nastic did it once, and well, I mean, a lot of movies where the actor plays two characters, but I wanted to sit down, do the split screen, and interview myself. One is more than me, meek, kind of behind the scene, not so what I should be as far as promoting and talking about myself, and then me as the alter ego, the other side of me that just rags on me because I don't do what I should do and promote. And I still want to do it. Takes a lot of time. I mean, because you have to film one, you have to know the conversation that's coming from the other side, and to film it and edit it and get the timing. But I've done some stuff sort of like that before. But yeah, I want to sit down and then do it with a split screen where I'm interviewing myself and talking to myself and answering myself and interacting with myself. Uh, it's really fun, actually. I mean, for me, I love sort of character and acting, but yeah, I have to do it. I have to do it eventually. I need to do that. I need to do the old split screen and do a really cool interview with myself. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I'll get there eventually. I don't know if you guys follow Casey Nastic, but the one he did, uh, it was it was pretty freaking amazing. It was one where it was I forget what it was. I think he'd grown a beard and kind of had long hair, and then there was him the way he used to be, where he was clean shaven and had kind of short cut. And so before he cut his hair, he sat down and did kind of the Casey he is now and the Casey he was before, and kind of the controversy between he kind of likes being shaggy and this, but everybody else seems to like him clean. So he actually sat down and did this really cool split screen interview with himself about the old guy and the new guy, and that was giving me an idea. But I want, yeah, it'd be fun to do. I'm definitely need to sit down and do it one day. You just gotta have to line it up perfect and have the split screen. Then you have to be able to act, obviously, because you got to act like you're talking to somebody and react to their questions. And so it has to be very scripted in that. But you can kind of write it out. And, well, hopefully someday I will do it. You guys will be able to see it. It'll be a good one. But yeah, low budget well, as far as the camera and that, just talk to it like it's a buddy. It's your friend. I mean, even one Rod said he doesn't really like talking to the camera. He gets kind of nervous when he talks to the camera. That's why a lot of his talking and everything's when it's on his chest. It's a GoPro because he doesn't really think about it as much. But he's kind of not as good when the camera's at him when he's talking. But he has over 1 million subscribers and makes tons of money. Uh, yeah, no, I've had a lot of people ask me that over time in comments from like younger kids and that are starting a YouTube channel. They're like, how do you how are you so natural to the camera, or can you tell me how to be more natural to the camera, or how can I'm like, I don't know. I've been doing it for 20-something years. It's just talk to it like it's your buddy. I mean, don't keep saying, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, we're fishing pretty good right now. Hey, buddy. It's a little creepy if you start doing that, but just talk to it as if it's a person standing next to you. And if other people are around, go, the fuck you looking at? I'm filming here. That usually shuts them up. Yeah. Or just go, excuse me, I'm trying to film something here. Because I just hate it when people like stare at me when I'm like doing something. I'm like, I've done that a lot. You guys don't know. Yeah. Kind of like, I'm on the phone here. Do you mind? I've done. I mean, you don't see it, but there are times when I'm filming. No, there'll be times where I'm filming myself and seriously, somebody's like standing next to me, just like staring at me, and I'm just kind of like, I'll stop in the middle of it and be like, I'm trying to film something here, like, hello, and like, oh, sorry, like, like you're just standing like 2 feet from me, and you're just staring at me while I'm like trying to do a segment or something. It's like, hello, I mean, come on, a little privacy here, like. Damn, that chick's hot. Well, turned around at the wrong time. I was like, wow. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'll do some videos on it. I'll do some videos for the. It's more the for the Patreon stuff. Low budget knows about that. Oh, I got another Patreon. Did you notice that? Low budget. I have two now. I got another patron. Finally. Yeah. After I put up that promotion one about it, because everyone's like, you got to promote stuff. You got to tell people about stuff. I'm like, I will. I'm not really good at. See, that's why the you're late than ever. Well, that's the whole that'll be the whole kind of fun thing of the interviewing myself. Is like I said, I can play the me humble me, and I can play the strong asshole. What the fuck you thinking? One too. I can be like I can play both sides of the coin, but do it as myself. So that'll be a lot. That's kind of want to do it. That'll be a lot of fun. Well, he actually joined the gold. He actually did a $10. I emailed him and said, or responded back to him and said, "Wow, really? I was only asking for $1." I'm like, I'm just asking. I'm like, wow. Now I really hope I live up to your expectations. So like, I'm feeling guilty now. Like, but I really like the fact that I have that now because I know I think a lot of stuff that I would put on that's that kind of stuff uh, on YouTube and that I don't think a lot of people respect it or would even like think it has any value or anything. But when someone actually believes in you and believes what you're saying, when you put that more educational and more like how you go about your day and how you go about stuff that can help them, I don't know. I just feel that has a little more merit. So that's why I like throwing us on there rather than just freaking throwing it up on YouTube because a lot of it kind of I test videos and I do a lot of videos and I throw them up there and it's kind of a what sticks right now kind of thing. I mean, obviously my shows get a lot of views, my vlogs Not that much. Um, Used to be my tips and tricks biology bites got a lot, but since I've fallen off, and when I do throw one up, they don't really get that much attention. That I don't know. For right now, it's sort of like my shows are what sort of are gravitating right now and getting a lot more views and a lot more people to watch them. I mean, I'll still throw up the other stuff, but yeah, I just like my reviews. Even that, I mean, they'll at first they won't get anything, and they kind of lament and sit out there for a while, and all of a sudden they'll start getting a lot more views. But yeah, I'm just sort of noticing that it's more of the fishing shows that are actually starting to take off and start getting a lot more views fairly quickly and then consistently gaining. So I'm on the right track with that, and those are what I love to do the most. I just do the other stuff for fun, like this one, Storytelling Tuesday. Just throw it in for fun. Because obviously there's only 3 of you on right now. Used to gravitate some people, and now it's just sort of waning a bit. But I think it's full moon, isn't it? It's close to a full moon. Usually, full moons for some reason lives go kind of poopy. I think last time, though, towards the end, about this time, when I actually got into storytelling, I think we had like 10 people on, 11 people on. So, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, some more people will make their way here. Like, we got Jay Jones on here. We have Little Budget on. We have Big Worm. We had Hookum Dano. No Chris. No, I had no High Country. No Right to Bear. No Lane. No, I don't know. There seems to be a lot of people that are sort of lacking. I mean, it's really funny. I do my consistent storytelling Tuesday, and I can just pop up random and fish at Pinot. And Pinot, I have 10, 11, 12 people at one time. And I come on for my consistent, and it's like 2 or 3. Well, we had 5 at one time, I think, or 6. And I'm sure he'll come down. He's driving. He's probably cutting in and out. Right? I don't know if he's still here or not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's just start ragging on a bunch of. Well, yeah. Really, you put it on and went, no, wait, maybe I shouldn't do that. It's a smart move. Got you in trouble last time. Maybe we should start talking about other channels. Wait, maybe I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I haven't done a troll hunting. I've done troll hunting in a while because usually I've been going live on Fridays earlier. And now it's getting later by the time I get home and all that. It's like I don't know, maybe one day when I actually don't go live on a Friday and go somewhere and do a fishing show and get back. Yeah, I need to do a troll hunting late night Friday again. But I think the last like 2 or 3 Fridays I've gone live in the evening at Pinot and that. So I said I need to do like a late night one. Well, you're back east, so late's like way late. Yeah, I know late nights are really fun. The other thing is too, right now, it's like live is such a freaking hot thing. Hot thing. Everybody's going live. Everybody's going live. It's like you have all these channels just flooding it with lives because they're trying to use live to get their hours and their subs so they can get monetized. Freaking just like they didn't even create good content in that yet. Their whole I'm gonna do a vlog on this. I already have it. I might film it tomorrow, but people's just obsession with the dash to get monetized now. I'm like, wait, you're gonna be highly disappointed when you spend all this time to get monetized. And at the amount of subs you have and the amount of views you have, you'll realize that you'll make like $100 a year. I mean, I just don't get these people that are just so obsessed with going live and getting their hours up and getting monetized. I mean, what are they think they're suddenly going to make like $400, $500, $600 a month? when they don't even their shows they put up get like 20 views. They go live and they go live for 3 hours and they get like 200 people to view it with accumulation when they're live. And then after that, that live like won't get any more views once it's up as a regular video. It's just it'll be dead. But I don't know. I've just noticed that so much recently that all these channels are just so obsessed. Like monetization is going to be like the just biggest thing in their life, and suddenly they're going to be like a full-time YouTuber, and they're not going to have to work again because they're monetizing and be making so much money. It doesn't work like that, people. It takes content. It takes quality content. Yeah, I do. Yeah, for my shows. Wait, what? No, all that bullshit and all those people they get when they're live, they're just there to suck off them and get other people to subscribe to them and everything else. They'll come on and join you when you're live. Like when you see a channel that gets constantly when they're live, 200-300 views for that live. Hey, P Dub. Constantly 200-300, and then they also put up videos, which a lot of them is just like random. It's just random. They put on like I don't know, smoking chicken in one video, like cooking, and then cleaning my lizard's cage, and then like shopping at Walmart. It's like you're not that important that people want to know what your daily life is about. Like, pick a subject, like in Are You Smart and Vinegar, and stick with it. I'm a fishing show, and I pretty much just do fishing shows. I'm not like doing shopping at Walmart videos and changing my tire videos and you know petting my snake videos, that sort of thing. It's like I mean, I don't know. And at the same time, those people's whole race and the whole time, those people are the ones that are like trying to get monetized, and all they talk about is we only need 200 more hours to be at 4K hours because we already have 1,000 subs. So now we can be monetized and we can start making much money on YouTube. Like, it doesn't work like that, people. Yeah, as I said, I can't do the vlog about it because it's just because I'm on it all the time. I'm on my porch for hours, going through and looking, and I don't look at most popular video. I look at the people that are upcoming, people that are smaller channels, try to support them, try to help them, and I see what they're doing. And I'm like, freaking idiot, dude! It's not gonna help you. Exactly, they do that too. Like, come on, people. Do you think YouTube is that stupid? They go on and people are like, oh my God, you should have had so many more hours because last night I put on your playlist and I just let it play over and over and over and over. Well, travel vlogs are good. I hook them. Travel blogs are good. I mean, even Scott Martin, a lot of them, they do travel blogs. That's a big thing on YouTube. Even I think John B and AP, the big timers, they do travel vlogs. So yeah, maybe you should do a travel vlog. Don't know what you talk about. Maybe you could talk about other channels that do travel vlogs while you travel. That might be a good one. You could do what do they call them? What are the ones where they watch reaction video? You could do reaction videos of other people's travel blogs while you're traveling. That'd be kind of the twist on it because you're not doing a travel blog yourself, but you're doing a reaction video of other people's travel vlogs while you're traveling. And it would be like kind of dangerous too because you're driving and you shouldn't really be watching and reacting to videos while you're driving. So there'd be that suspense. And people would tune in like crazy because they would like hope you would crash. It's kind of like watching NASCAR. They don't they don't watch it to watch a bunch of cars make a right turn. They watch it because they want to see a crash. So I think you could have something there hook them down. That'd be a good thing. My travel blog reacting to other people's travel blog while I'm traveling. Could work. See, right to Bear, I mentioned him earlier. He showed up. So we didn't have much more regulars. Our collaboration's so good. I don't know. if you collaborate with somebody that has 300,000 subscribers and you only have like 2,000, collab away. If they have like 600 and you have 1,000, don't know if that's really going to help. Collabs only work if the person you're collabing with is or has the availability to thousands and thousands of subs that don't know who you are. That's when collabs work really well. Other than that, I don't know. I think if you're similar within your views and your subs in that, and probably most people that sub to you probably sub to them already. I don't know if it's going to help. It's going to be the same people. So I don't know if you're going to gain much. You got to go bigger and better if you want to collab. But a lot of those people that are bigger and better, as far as collabing, you got to remember they're looking out for themselves. Exactly. you could use me as a sort of will he make it? Tune in to Storytelling Tuesday to see if Dan doesn't die on the way home while making his travel vlog about reacting to other people's travel vlogs. And I was on some sort of vent and he totally distracted me. I don't even remember what I was going to say. Damn it. I had such a good stream of thought going and now it's gone. It was, now it's gone. I don't even know where it went. I had a purpose to something I was saying, and then worrying about Dan not dying distracted me from everything I had up in my head. Yeah, well, I am getting older, so evidently that shit happens. I gotta quit looking at that screen. It's just every time I turn around, I'm like, I see them here, but they're kind of distance. Suddenly, I'm like right in their face when I turn around, and yeah, all right. Gotta get to storytelling Tuesday. The actual SF stories eventually here, but it's still early. I mean, it's not that late, and I start late. Does anybody remember where I was on before Hook 'em Down? I showed up with Does Dan Make It Home? Tune in every Tuesday. I was going somewhere. I know P Dub asked about collaborations. I said, not really. uh, who's that one guy? There's one guy that just collabed with, it was like Will Wesley or something like that. The guy that suddenly collabed with John B, the red haired guy with the kind of the beard. Oh, he's all over that. They gave him like a freaking code so he could promote favorite. I interacted with him and kind of said some stuff to him. And like he kind of commented back to me as a freaking idiot, so I just kind of left him alone. This is some Wesley, isn't it? Mike Wesley, or I don't know. He lives in Texas, and somehow he hooked up with John B, and he's been filming John B in his videos and everything else. And I don't know, I've been watching him. He's had a few subs. His channel views haven't really gone up. So maybe, hopefully, now it's come to the fact that just because you come up. Oh, yay! Look, Chris is in the house. Your your buddy Ice Cream Man's here, I think. Yeah, no, you told me yesterday when I was live, didn't you? No, you told me yesterday live. Time to go. No, wasn't it you that told me that right to bear yesterday? Or was that somebody else? Well, I'll decide. Were you live yesterday? I thought you were live with me at Pinot. Said you got two. You had 2.5 and something else on a deep dive and crank. Didn't you catch that on deep dive and crank? Because I was talking about how a lot of those edges are so steep. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't you, but somebody did. I heard they were in there years ago, like 10 years ago when I first moved here. Somebody said they were smallmouth, and now, but like, see, Big Worm is here. He's still hiding in the background, still in the dirt. He likes to hide in the dirt, Chris. He only comes out if it's raining, like most night crawlers. So it was you. I knew somebody yesterday. I don't know. I was fishing. I wasn't drinking, so. I mean, I had my one little beer, but yeah, by that time, yeah, yeah, you told us yesterday. Pretty sure. I don't know. You can go back and watch the live if you want. It's up. Yeah, yeah, you told us. You heard largemouth today. I didn't fish today. I spent all day. Well, you guys didn't see it, but Low Budget and Big Worm were on earlier, and I was showing the intro to my new CCP Baits challenge. I've been working on that. Spent about 5 hours working on that. Spent all day filming the baits and everything I'm be sending to Low Budget for his. Oh, it's a collaboration of SF stories. Yeah, I did that, and then I had to film the intro and everything else. That's all right. I tell people stories that I've already told them, or I tell them about something. They're like, "Dude, you told me that yesterday." I'm all, "I did." They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Nope." Do not really. I told you that. They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, yesterday, a couple days ago. I'm like, "Sorry, didn't didn't know I already told you that story." Yeah. Well, now people are getting into what to know what the story is. Uh, I don't know. Should we? We're starting to get some people on here. I was just waiting for people to get on here, Jones. I mean, it was like sitting kind of low for a while. There was only like a couple of us for first while, but yeah, I was just waiting for somewhat of a crowd before I got into the kind of multiple SF stories that I have. I mean, I lived there for 4 years. All right, we're gonna go on. Let me get into storytelling mode. Obviously, you know how it goes here. Got to get to the fire. No story is good without a fire in the background. All right, there we go. A little crispy fire going. Yeah. Yeah, that's when everybody, yeah, it's a storytelling time. Okay. I didn't really think about some of the great stories I had from SF until I think it was last week when I said I don't know how many stories I had left. So we said high school stories. I wasn't much of a big high school guy. I mean, kind of a little bit, but I was more into skateboarding and fishing. Wasn't really a partier, all that. But then I went, oh, well, yeah, SF has some stories. That place is freaking crazy. Okay, so I moved there in 05. Spent 4 years there. I remember when I moved there, my mom was like, well, why you don't know anybody there? I'm like, come on. I'm a DJ. I have a store. I'm a social person. Ooh, Dr. Hambone. He made it right in time for story time. And I'm like, trust me, don't worry, I'll meet people. It'll be fine. Well, within 6 months, I was actually within 6 months, I actually had a DJ night at a club. Plus, I was DJing at a second club. Uh, Plus, at this time, within the first month, I've already met a bunch of girls that were club promoters and everything. So, I was pretty much in with the in crowd. Plus, I'm not stupid. I made clothes. I made great fashion. The girls I met that were club promoters and that, of course, I gave them some clothes. I asked them to model for me. Networking, get yourself in with people. So, suddenly I had a bunch of invites. People invite me places. And so that's kind of what a lot of these stories are about, or things that happened in SF, things I got invited to, stories. But the first one's about a hooker. Go figure. Um, by the way, when you live where I did, I was on Bush Street. I know. I was on Bush Street. It's right downtown. It's right above the Tenderloin. If you don't know what Tenderloin is in SF, it's where all the homeless hang out. It's where you cruise through to get hookers and everything. Well, a lot of the clubs that I got invited to in that, my journey to get there was to walk through the Tenderloin. And this first story about the hooker um, was after I'd already the loin, yeah, the Tenderloin. I was actually on Bush, which is like I think a street or two up from the Mason Dixon line, but there's kind of a square footage area that's considered the loin. But anyway, I'd been to this club, got invited there, hung out. It was like 2:33 in the morning, and I was on my way back, and I was walking through the loin, and I got this one street, and I'm walking across the street, and this time, I was a fashion guy. I had like furry jackets that I wore. I had like funky furry hats. I mean, I had my own clothing store. I was not just the way I am now, just the regular. I was always in fancy clothes and club stuff and fancy. We were walking across, and I go across the street, and off to the left, there's like 6 guys hanging out and a girl. And all of a sudden, as I'm walking, the girl's like, "Hey, man, you look like you're lonely in that. You need some company." I'm like, "No, I'm fine." And I keep walking, and all of a sudden, she goes, "No, wait, no, wait, no, wait." So she follows me, comes around the corner. I'm like already halfway in the block. She comes up. She's like, "Well, it's like late. Like, you looking for some company? You looking for that?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I just want to go home." It's like, "Oh, that's a really cool hat." I had one of my, like, a hat like this. Kind of like a cat in a hat style hat, but it was like a really cool for hat. She's like, "Oh, that's a really cool hat." Yeah, I was Pimp Daddy, pretty much. So she's all like, "Oh, I love your fur jacket." She's like, bent the fur, and she's like, "Oh, can I try on your hat?" She tries on my hat. Still trying to get me to, pay some money to do her or get a blowjob or whatever. And so she gives me back the hat. I put it on. She's like, "Well, come on, I got a place. It's right around the corner." And I'm like, "Yeah, right around the corner. Where I saw you with like 10 black guys. That around the corner? Like, I'm not a freaking idiot." It's like, "Oh, no, yeah, just come back. I got a place right there. Come on, you need some company. Obviously, you're going home alone, blah, blah, yeah, I'm trying to do that." I'm like, "No, I'm cool." Well, right about that time, she grabs my hat off my head and goes, "Oh, yeah, well, if you want this hat back, you have to follow me." And she goes running and goes around the corner. and I was like, "All right." And so I turned around and just kept going up the hill and went home. It's like, I make the hats myself. It's not that big of a deal, but I don't know. I guess she thought that, since she stole my hat, and who knows? I mean, walking around the corner and going, there's like a whole bunch, like 10 dudes hanging out in that. And yeah, I'm not a freaking idiot. But yeah, she thought evidently stealing my hat and running around the corner, I would follow her and back into the hornet's nest. And I'm just like, "No, not going there." So anyway, that's one little story of SF. And this other next one, I said this is, I was within like maybe 5 6 months of actually moving to SF, and I'm trying to do these kind of sort of in chronological order. And the next one was, SF. It's a gay capital. I mean, let's just be serious. There's a lot of gays there. Evidently, I'm not gay, but evidently, I'm a very attractive male to gays because I've never been hit on so much in my life and consistently hit on from gay men than when I was in there. But this one kind of has to do with that. At one time in my store, I had this male mannequin on the outside, kind of had in the corner. My store had a porch, and next to the porch was the door that actually went down to the garbage. But during the day and all that, I would use it. I had an arm out, but I had this male mannequin outside. And in the back of my store, there was a area where I had my computer, and I would sit. There was another door, like a little room. And all of a sudden, I kind of saw this person sort of kind of hanging out right there, sort of in the. And so I get up and I walk out, and there's this guy. Obviously, like late 60s or something. And I come out and he's pretty much molesting my male mannequin. I mean, I come out and he's he's kind of got the button of the pants undone, and he kind of has his hand like down into the crotch area. And so I walk out and I'm like, what the hell are you doing to my mannequin? And he's kind of like, kind of eat back. He goes, oh no, I was trying to, I was looking at the fabric. I was just trying to I'm like, then why'd you have your hands down his pants? And he's all like, blah, blah. So anyway, I'm like, I go over, I bring it back, I'm like, put the pants back on it. I go back inside, the guy follows me. And they say he's older, he's like kind of shorter, kind of hunched over, older man. And he's in there and he's kind of talking to me, and he's kind of being, I don't know, kind of weird and everything, and kind of asking me questions. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, I mean, I have stuff I have to do. I mean, are you really here to shop? You want to buy anything? And all of a sudden he comes up and he goes, well, what I really want is this. And he actually goes to like freaking grab my crotch. And so I'm like, I back up and like knock his hands away. And I'm like, get out of here, get out of here. And he's like, oh, and he goes running out. And I'm just like, welcome to SF. I find the guy fondling my male mannequin, and then he comes in and he like actually tries to like grab my package like while I'm there. And I'm just like, and it's like a 60s, 70s, and he was only like, 5'3". He was like a short little gray hair old man. And I was just like, really? That is just yeah. And well, while I'm on that subject, I have another story before I get to another story. But there was one where, like I said, I was right in the area where all the hookers hung out. Where, I mean, every time I would walk home or walk around the neighborhood at night, you always walk by hookers and a lot of trannies that were hookers. Well, one came into my store one time. Yeah, she came in, obviously, I mean, total butch guy trying to be a freaking girl. And walking around my store, and I'm kind of following her, going, all right, that's kind of sketchy. What's she gonna do? And all of a sudden, she picks up a pair of pants. It was like sequin, sparkly pants I made. He goes, oh, how much are these? I'm, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, yeah, those are kind of cute. Puts it back on the thing. I kind of round her. She was kind of on the other side. And then she moves the other way and all that. And I kind of talk to it. I'll just say it. And then all of a sudden, it leaves. And I'm like, all right, that was interesting. Like, I mean, total just, I mean, there's, you would have to be completely like wasted to think this was not a guy anyway. And so all of a sudden I walk back in and I look and it stole my freaking pants. I don't know how. I went back in and the hanger was there and the pants were gone. And I'm like, I was standing like, I was just like, really? I let that she freaking right in front of me steal my effing pants? And then actually, like, I don't know what it was. It was a couple weeks later or something. I remember I drove by Polk and Bush. My store was on Bush and Polk Street, Polk and Bush. That's really Polk Bush. But that's where most of the tranny prostitutes now hung out. I drove by and I saw that freaking he she on the corner, and I almost stopped and rolled down the window and said, "How are my pants doing?" But yeah, no, I just kept going. But yeah, I actually let a freaking tranny like right in front of me, like freaking walk out with product from my store. Freaking, I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, really. Okay. So that. Okay. Well, this makes sense because I was trying to go in chronological order. At that point, yeah, I got played by a freaking 6'3", 300-pound tranny. That was like the ugliest thing ever. Yeah, this does make sense because I was trying to go in chronological order. Because I remember I obviously still had my truck at that point because I drove by and saw it on the corner. So this little story is about my truck being stolen. Stolen. Okay, I just moved there. Haven't been there that long. Met a guy that had his own store. It was kind of like me in Upstart. He was into. Let me turn this down. Um, oh, you'd have to be hella drunk to be fooled by this one. Pretty much. Big, I mean, just broad shoulder, buff. Like, I don't even. The pants, if the pants were stolen for him or it, there's no way they would have fit. I don't know, maybe he had a thinner friend or something. Because there's no way that 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 stole it would have ever fit into those pants that stole. So, okay. So anyway, all right. So here we go. Had my truck. Well, my truck got, I said, stolen. I said there was this guy I met, just opened a new store, collaboration, a lot of artists, new artists, everything else. Um, I didn't actually take him any of my clothing, but at this time I was doing like my artwork, like that's on my cuff, that sort of stuff, my pop art and everything. That I was selling on eBay and that. So I brought him some of my frame stuff, and that's how I met him. And he made furniture, like funky furniture and everything. And well, he knew I had my truck. He found Captain Winky. So he knew I had a truck. Evidently, he got invited to be at some sort of um, art thing. uh, yeah, but he wanted to buy my truck. He's like, "Hey, can I borrow your truck for a couple days?" And I wasn't using it, and it was kind of a pain in the ass because I didn't have a residence tag. um, I didn't have a tag, so I had to keep moving it because it's like 2 and 3 hour parking. It was kind of pain in the ass. He's like, "Oh, can I buy your truck? Need for a couple days. It's a couple day show or whatever, and I needed to get my furniture and I had to get it there, and then after a couple days to go use it." And so he's like, "I have an apartment. I can park there. It won't be on the street. It'll be fine." And like I said, I've known the guy at this point. I only knew him like a month, but I had my product in the store. He had a store. He was kind of known. I was in there, talked to him, seemed like a guy. I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I figured save me from trying to repark my truck every 2 or 3 hours and move it around. All right. Thanks for checking in for a little bit. You rewatch if the story was interesting right before you went to bed. Fat Man, you can come back. I mean, it'll be posted as regular if you want to catch the rest of these SF stories. So where was I? Yeah, okay. So I lent him my car, and then all right, suddenly I think it was 2 days later or 3 days later. He hadn't called me, hadn't brought me back the keys. So I'm kind of starting to get a little bit worried. I'm like, ready to did I just like give a guy my car and I'm never gonna see him again? So I go down and actually I think I called him. And I'm all, hey man, it's been it's like the third day now. I haven't heard from you. Um, are you gonna bring me the key, or can I come get the key? Because his store was actually only like 2.5 blocks from me. And he's like, oh yeah, well I still need it for a little bit, blah blah blah. So he didn't get back to me that day. So the next day, I'm like, before I even open my store, I go down to him and I go into his store and he's there and I'm all, dude, where the hell's my truck? And he's all like, I'm waiting for it. Well, what do you mean you're waiting for my truck? He goes, oh, yeah, sorry, but one of my friends took your truck. I'm like, wait, wait, yeah, exactly. It gets better. Just wait. And I'm like, wait, okay, wait. I gave you my truck, and you gave my truck to somebody else. And he starts telling me a story like it's these two girls, and they need to drive back to their house or something like that. And he was waiting for him to come back, and I'm just like, dude, really? I give you my car, and you give my car to some chicks? And he's like, no, dude, seriously, they'll be back. Just give us. So I wait a couple hours. I go back to his shop, and I'm all, did you have my car? And he's like, all right, well, you know what? I don't know. They're not coming back. Well, I thought they were Friday. He goes, well, no, it was like I was having a party, and this. I'm like, oh, okay, dude, your story is getting like really freaking everywhere now. He's like, all right, dude. Well, I don't know. I think they stole your car, and I'm like, I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. I mean, oh, dude, I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, what? What do you mean they stole my car? He's like, yeah, dude. I don't know. I just, I was having a party, and I think I left your keys sitting out, and so I'm like, really? This is the kind of person I thought he was responsible. He just, I mean, he's a store owner, everything else. So I go back to my store. I call the cops. I say, hey, I got to report my stolen truck, and I got to tell them license plate and all that. And the dispatcher goes, oh, no, it wasn't stolen. It was towed. And I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, no, it's such and such impoundment lot. And the impoundment lot is like, it's down from actually the Giants Stadium on the front road or whatever it is. Basically about like 3 miles or more from where my shop is on Bush in kind of Union Square area. And I'm all, what, really? And so I asked her, I'm like, well, how much is it to get it out of impoundment? She goes, oh, it's like $280. So obviously, I mean, I hang up the phone, I go straight to him. I'm all, dude, it didn't get stolen, it got towed. He goes, what? I'm like, yeah, they have it at the impoundment lot. $280 to give it out. Give me the money now. So he actually ends up giving me the $280. And so I have a skateboard. I skate and all that. So I pick my skateboard up and I head down there. Like I said, it's like 3 miles away. I skate all the way there. I go in. I tell the guy who I am. I tell him the license plate number. He goes, oh, yeah, we have your truck. I'm like, cool. I skateboard there. I'm like, all right, I'm skating here, but I'm going to get my truck back so I'll be able to drive back the 3 miles. It's kind of taking a while. I go and ask the guy. He goes, oh, he's got to go get it. He's having, trying to find it or whatever. And so I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, from around the corner, I see this tow truck come around. And behind the tow truck is my truck smashed to a piece of shit. I mean, the cab is flattened, it's just smashed everywhere. One of the tires is like bent to the side. And he goes rolling up, and I'm all, what the what the hell is this? He's like, oh, didn't the dispatcher, tell you? I'm like, no, she said it had been towed. She didn't say it had been wrecked. Uh, yeah, it had been rolled, obviously. I mean, the cab was like off to the side. It was like it just smashed to pieces. As I found out, it was on Christmas Tree Road. Um, I don't know. It's a dirt road in the middle of San Francisco, which I didn't know existed, but it's kind of a mountain that has a dirt road that goes up it. And they found it there off to the side or rolled or whatever. So, I mean, obviously, I had to like. Actually, I didn't have a cell phone at the time. I bought a cell phone suddenly, called my mom, had her call the insurance saying that obviously it had been stolen because, I mean, obviously that's not where. Yeah, so I reported stolen. Obviously, I mean, I didn't know what else to do. I mean, I don't know if I ended up getting full payment for it and all that. They didn't really question it. But I knew the guy after that, and I talked to him quite a bit after that, and he was just like sort of really no, but I'm pretty sure it was him and his friends, and they probably drunk or something, and had some chicks or something, and went for a joyride in my truck, and ended up rolling it, and then just like left it there, and I don't know because I talked to him after that, and I just kind of believe the story saying that some chicks or somebody stole it from him. But every time I'm with him, he's like, why aren't you mad at me? How come you're not getting mad at me? Yeah, but he was like, he was all on me about why I wasn't more mad at him because he got my. I'm like, well, you said it wasn't your fault. You said you didn't steal it. You said so. I don't know. I think it was him that wrecked it and everything else. He didn't want to hand you up to it. But no matter what, I ended up getting like $9,000 out of it. It was a pain in my ass to have that truck in San Francisco because I had to keep reparking and everything. So I don't know. At that time and that point, it kind of did me a favor in a way. I got the money for it. I didn't need it because I wasn't driving anywhere, and I just had to keep moving it. Yeah, no, he was just weird about it. Another thing was I ended up partying with him and partying with some other people. We ended up going back to their house. The people didn't know me; they didn't know him. Um, he started telling the story that I was an asshole and all this other stuff. And they started. I was at their house at the time, and they started saying like, maybe you should leave and this and that. And I'm like, and towards the end of it, I finally told them the story about the truck and all that. And then the people in the house were kind of like, well, now that you tell me that, it seems like he's the freaking douche. Like, it doesn't seem like you do. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why he hates me. I don't know why he's been so mad at me. He's just been an asshole to me since this. And so, I don't know. It ended up turning around because I was hanging at their house and that. But he was telling the stories about that I was like negative and dishonest and all this. But yeah, I could tell. I'm pretty sure him and his friends just took it for a joyride, wrecked it, left it, thinking, hey, it's not our truck. We're not in trouble. So there you go. That's sort of uh, another good story and a good SF story. And all this sort of happened. All this was within, I think, pretty much first year of me living there. It was a Nissan. It's the one that's in my videos, my early videos, my first. It's the one that's in my first videos, the one where I had my bass truck, that orange sort of rust Nissan Frontier. It was that truck. Yeah, so that was, like I said, that was my first sort of year. It was a 98. It's 98 automatic Ford Frontier. Yeah, so that was like my first year, and so my introduction to SF. And I moved there in March, and so now we'll move on to my first gay Thanksgiving. It's San Francisco, guys. I mean, they're okay. So I'd been there. Obviously, now my truck had been stolen. I don't have a truck. My parents are down here. Obviously, that's where I live now. Come Thanksgiving time, they didn't really have time to come get me. And, I would have closed my store and gone down there, but suddenly I had a truck, I'd take a taxi, or there was no Uber at that time or anything. So next door to me was a hair salon called Charmed with Jesse and Alberto, two gay hairdressers. So they invited me to their place for Thanksgiving because they were asking, like, oh, are you going home? I'm like, well, I can't go. My parents can't come up. I don't have a way to get there. So they invite me over. And I mean, it was kind of cool. It was like, basically like 6 gay men and me, the straight guy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is a Skatisha story. Yeah, so we're there. I mean, it was great. They had a bunch of food and everything else. I mean, it was great. It was normal. We sat down at the table. We had all that, and then, and in the end, like a lot of alcohol going around, a lot of pot being smoked, all that stuff. Yeah. Then suddenly, towards the end of it, Jesse. I said it was Jesse and Alberto. Jesse, pretty good looking, guy. I mean, dude, a lot of times I'd see him walking down the street towards it, and he looked like a woman. I mean, I think he should have been. He's like one of those trannies that or gay guys that should have been a woman. Just he ultimately, but anyway, he starts, just kind of doing the whole like, well, you ever thought about it, and so like how's your package and all that, and it's like trying to get all, and I'm just like, really, my first Thanksgiving in SF, and I'm getting hit on, and and like, and yeah, and he just starts getting more like kind of like touchy feely and everything else. I'm just like, welcome to SF. Just, and luckily, right about that time, evidently, we were supposed to go to Alberto. We were at Alberto's apartment at the time, but we were supposed to go to Jesse's apartment. So right about that time that he's just starting kind of the whole like way we thought about it, trying to like convert the straight guy thing. Alberto's like, come on, let's go. We gotta go. And I'm just like, oh God, thank God. Because we had to go out of his apartment, we had to turn and we had to go towards where I lived. So that was my escape route. So yeah, we're walking the street, and all of a sudden they like go to turn to go down Jesse's, and I'm like, all right, guys, see ya. And of course she's like, what? You're not coming? Come on, like come with us. Come on. I'm like, no, I got stuff I gotta do. I gotta go this way. So yeah, that was my first gay Thanksgiving in San Francisco and being hit on by Jesse, the gay hairdresser from Charmed. That was, in fact, the salon next door. And I have tons of other stuff and everything else about him on film. But that's another thing. Okay, so I did that. I did that. Yeah, it was a little. Yeah, he apologized the next day. Next time I saw him, he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean a little bit too much drinking, a little too much pot. Sorry if I was like forward or trying to do everything." Yeah, yeah. No, he totally apologized to it. I mean, he remembered what he did, and I was trying to like, but he had a boyfriend. uh, no, no. I don't think I. That was the first year. I think the next 3 years I actually spent there for Thanksgiving. But no, that was the first one where I was invited somewhere by gay people for Thanksgiving. So I only had one. Good question, Jeff. Nice. I like that. Okay, yeah, that's sort of it for that sort of interesting thing. I also have some other. Other thing I'd like to touch on is, I mean, there were some interesting people that lived in the area. One of them was this guy that was, God, I don't know. I did some work for him. I made a brochure for him, and actually, I think I have some. I should have researched that. I should have seen if I had some of the footage. But he was gay, but he played this sort of female character. It was sort of a cabaret sort of act that he did and everything. And I met him. He was going to Australia to do one of his shows. Dear Diva. That's what it was. Dear Diva. He was Dear Diva. And this guy was not an attractive man. I mean, big nose. His face was kind of like a lot of pockmarks and everything from acting and all that. I mean, not an attractive man. So obviously, when he did his Dear Diva female, but I don't know, it was kind of a thing. It caught on. So anyway, yeah, I hooked up with him and was he wanted me to bird stuff. He was going to Australia. He wanted to make some CDs of his. I was singing. It wasn't really good, but oh god, I just saw another story that I should have actually. Oh, this guy Jerry that I used to make recordings for, worst singer in the world. Thought he was really good, and he would come to me and have me reproduce CDs for him. Oh, I have those CDs somewhere too. Anyway, back to Dear Diva. Yeah, so he did that. Some of my artwork I did, he wanted me to use that. I created this whole butterfly thing for him, everything else. Um, I don't know. I told him I was going to charge him like $200 on top of my expenses for buying the CDs and doing the printing and all that other stuff. Ended up him paying me what it cost me to do my like 4 hours to create the thing, all the time to do a burn. But I didn't write out a contract. Like I said, I was stupid. People like look at you, they're like wolves looking to just use you and abuse you and everything else. So yeah, pretty much I let him just like pretty much I made like nothing. He paid me exactly pretty much what it cost me to buy the CDs, print the CDs, and spend all the time making the artwork for this brochure that he was taking to Australia. So that was just sort of another introduction with me. First off, with hookers and gay men and all that was the fact that you're a newbie in San Francisco. They'll promise you the world and then freaking gut you in the end. Because if you're naive and you don't know how to go about business, have a contract, have something written down, all that stuff, word of mouth and that, they will F you over so quick. It had to happen with a lot of stuff. I'm not going to know those stories here, just that one. But um, yeah, it was, yeah, that happened a couple of times. I think somebody I made t shirts for did the same thing. Totally didn't pay me what I said I would pay, but I didn't write anything up, nothing in paper, only verbal. And yeah, it was just terrible. But this other story is kind of creepy too. He's kind of a weird guy. He's like in his 60s, gay guy. Worked at Macy's, I think. He was a one of the guys that does the windows, does displays, makes the stuff with the windows. And he invited me over for might have been a Thanksgiving. So maybe I did have two gay Thanksgivings. Now that Chex Mix brought that up. But this story is kind of cool because one thing you don't know about SF is a lot of these apartments in that area. I mean, they're rent controlled, and a lot of them have been around since like the 40s and the 30s and stuff, especially in the block I lived on. And these apartments, I mean, unless it's been renovated and kind of switched around, these apartments are freaking huge. I mean, he had a 3-bedroom apartment. I mean, it's like this almost the size of the house I'm living in. and I like old architecture. I love the old buildings. Yeah, so he invited me over and I went there. But it was kind of creepy because this guy's apartment, and remember I said it's rent controlled in San Francisco. So a lot of these people have been in these places for like 20, like 25, 30 years. They've lived in the same apartment. They're paying like $500 a month in San Francisco, where, a studio is like $3,000. And so I go in, and this guy's whole place is it is just like knickknack. And I mean, everywhere, every room against the wall was just stuff. I mean, he had like giant wooden nutcrackers. He had like horses from carousels. He had like doll houses. He had I mean, it was kind of cool because a lot of it was really old stuff, and he'd been there like 30 years, and he collected it. A lot of it was props for the windows for Macy's and all that. But it was at the same time, it was like really kind of creepy. Like, I mean, could you imagine sleeping where like it's just dolls and just castles and just like weird, creepy looking kind of antique stuff just everywhere around you. But it was kind of nice because that was one of the first times I'd been. And like I said, yeah, it was just kind of, but the place, I mean, it had like sconces around it. It had all this wood carving around the kitchen. I mean, it was one of the old school apartments. I mean, seriously, like one floor only had like 4 apartments on it, 3 or 4 apartments. I mean, it was basically, I mean, they were huge. They were, back in the day. And, they're paying such little rent. And those kind of people that move there and they could spend the rest of their life there. He'd already been there for 25 years. But for me and liking old architecture and everything, it was really kind of cool to actually see one of those really old apartments and all the woodwork. And I mean, reality is nowadays, if somebody new bought it, they would have kicked everybody out. Freaking, there would have been like 5 apartments, 10 apartments on each floor, all the way for the 4th floor, so that you make more money off it. But yeah, no, it's really neat to go into some of those old buildings. And This was one of the stories that was kind of cool because I got to go in and see one of those old buildings, which is kind of cool. Okay, I have one more kind of cool club story, and then I'm gonna end with this, and the ending is really cool because I actually have a video of the last story. But okay, this story is really cool. Um, this was really kind of cool because, like I said, I got there right away. I was a DJ, had DJ night, had the clothing, all that. Right away, I decided met girls that were VIP and would put me on guest lists and stuff. Well, I got invited to this girl, Joy. It was for MoMA, which is Museum of Modern Art. I don't know that, but there's MoMA. It's a big one. But they were having this event. It was this new club that was supposed to be opening. I don't know if they ever even opened it, but it was huge. I mean, this place was called the Cathedral. It was just, I mean, it. Well, I'll tell you about it. Okay, so I go there. She's like, "Oh, we're on the guest list," and we go in. She signs us in. We get these bracelets, and with the bracelets, free alcohol. Perfect. And so I go into this place, and it's just like they have a main foyer there. It's like a 30-foot ceiling. It's got like the Greek Gothic kind of look. They actually have Cirque du Soleil people doing like the rope and all the other stuff, like right there in the main thing. I remember, I'm like, yeah, I'm invited to this for free. I'm on the VIP list, and I'm getting free alcohol. And yeah, so the club, I mean, and then I go, and they had like freaking there's a main floor, there's a basement downstairs, plus evidently up above there were lofts with apartments in that where I guess most of the people that were the investors and club owners live. And so I'm walking around this place and I go in and there's this like one room that's a bar, has a bar in that. It's like a bubble room. And I'm like, seriously, I had bubbles on the wall and I had like a bubble thing. And I go to the next room and it's like a jazz room. It's all set up. Then I go downstairs and there's this huge dance floor. The DJ booth is in the middle. Then you go a little bit further and they had like this place where you could take photos. They had like a cool like velvet bed and everything, and chicks and guys were taking like sexy pictures and everything. And then you went in this other room and it was this all white room that was a bar. And all around it at the top it had all these little TVs. There were like little TVs and every three of them were playing the same thing and it was all cartoons. It was like Ren and Stimpy and all just I don't know, it was just all different kind of Scooby Doo and all just all the way around. And so I'm wandering around this place and I'm just like, in amazement. I mean, this place, I don't know, 500,000 square feet. I mean, and there's like, I don't even know how many people it holds. This probably got like 3,000 or 4,000 people in there at the time. And so there, like I said, it was this girl Joy, the one I met that got me on the list. And she keeps like coming up to me going, "Oh, do you want another beer? Do you want another drink?" And I'm going to go get one. And so a little bit later in the night, she goes, "Oh, these guys asked me where you eat stone." At this time, this was before pot was legal here in California. And I'm like, "Hey, well," she's like, "Oh, I want you to come with you. You want to come with me?" I'm like, "Oh, well, where are we going?" And she goes, "Oh, they have this VIP bar, this bar that's not that nobody knows about. That it's not." And so I'm like, "All right." So we go into the bathrooms. Yeah, they found on a different planet. All the missing left socks. Yeah, that was Rancid. Um, so she takes me. So we're with these like four other guys, and she takes me along. We go into the stalls, the restrooms, and these restrooms they weren't men and women. It was just like one big stall, everything had a locking door. And I'm like, "What? We're gonna like smoke out in one of the stalls?" And I'm like, "Oh no!" She's like, "Oh no! The way to get to the secret bar is through one of the stalls." And I'm like, "What?" And they went, Actually, that's kind of cool. So we go in there, and there's one stall. I mean, there's like, I don't know, there's like 50, 100 stalls in this bathroom. I mean, huge club, huge stall. We go in, and one has a lock on it. And so the guy comes up, puts in the key, undoes the lock, and you open the door, and there's no toilet there, but right behind that door is a door. And and so we go in, he like opens the door and he pushes on it, and there's like stuff behind it. And we push it out of the way, and we have to kind of climb over stuff. And I'm like, "Whoa, what is this?" And he goes, "Oh no, it's like the private VIP." Yeah, he's like, "This is a," and if you on the outside of it where you walk into actually where the restrooms are, if you look over to that wall, there's just a few like circle, almost like porthole, like little windows. And then it goes around the corner. But if you go around the corner, there's no door or anything. The only actual door into this place is the door behind the door that's one of the stalls in the bathroom. And I don't know, they just hadn't, because they hadn't opened yet. They kind of did this thing for MoMA, like to kind of make some money before they actually, because they had some of the bars, some of the room, but this one things they hadn't done yet. But yeah, it was cool in there. There was like a total bar and seats and everything else. But I thought that was like, yeah, no, I thought it was really cool. But anyway, we go in there, and all of a sudden, and this is in the basement. This is in the bottom part. Like I said, it had 3 story, but the top story was evidently lofts and sort of apartments. And so we're in the basement, and he goes, so we go in there, and then all of a sudden to the right, there's like a little door. And I'm like, where are we going? He goes, oh, yeah, there's cool like catacombs down here, and there's all these tunnels and stuff. And I'm like, what? Well, really? Well, that's cool. So anyway, we open the door, and there's this sort of, circular. It's only about like 6 feet tall or whatever. And yes, we go in there, and I don't know, we end up going like 50 yards in. I don't know. I don't. I left. I don't know. That's the only time I've been to this place. It was called. I don't even know what it was called. I don't even know it's called the Cathedral or something. It was supposed to be one of the biggest clubs in SF or whatever. I don't know if they were actually opened it after this. I never went back. I was only there like maybe a year and a half after this. This is kind of into my. But anyway, we go in. And there's all these catacombs and all these tunnels and little doors that lead to other tunnels, and we end up going back about, I don't know, probably like 30 yards, 50 yards. I mean, pretty long. And we end up coming to the dead end. It's the room. Up above, there's some windows, and then it's kind of arched, but there's benches on each side. So they're sitting there. They're all getting stoned. And all of a sudden, I start hearing voices in that, and I'm like, what? What are those? He goes, oh, that's the street. Because we were, like I said, we were basically underground, but where we were in there, the windows we saw was actually the sidewalk that was outside of the building. And so, yeah, what we're seeing that were people walking by. And I'm like, I don't know, it was just cool. I mean, I wish I could have, like, just left with a flashlight or with a left and just explored. I don't even know how far like I said, we'd go this way and you look in, it'd be like another tunnel that went in that way and kind of went around the corner. And I don't know, it's just all kinds of underground stuff that's underneath this old building that they've now turned into a club. But yeah, that was a really cool experience to to get invited to that club and then to see all that sort of background under. And I get invited to a lot of these. A lot of like underground club, after hour clubs. Some of them were above like garages and regular businesses. Some of them were actually in the front of. You went in the front of them, and it was they would have after hour parties in this sort of club. But then you walked out the back door, and there was like a kitchen, and there were apartments in the back. And I don't know, when you guys have stuff like places they do after hour parties and that are just like, I don't know, they're just like some weird little corners and little nooks and like weird ass things in San Francisco that if you get in with the right people, they get invited to these sort of after-hour underground clubs. But yeah, that one was like I said, that was really cool to go into those sort of catacombs and underground stuff. Was that was actually really really cool. And all right, this last one, this last one's really cool. I'm getting to that. Um, I didn't see that much. Like, I mean, as far as bizarre stuff. Um, um, I don't know, girls topless or that sort of kind of thing. But no, most of mine. I mean, most of it was kind of being able to go underground and being able to like see some of these clubs and some of these really thing. I mean, getting hit on by gay guys and the gay Thanksgiving and that. Of course, you have the gay parade there, which during that era, it's like freaking freak show everywhere. Anyway, but asking one of the most bizarre things. That's what I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to have to shut this down because I actually got it. I got it on a different thumbnail. But towards the end of this, um, well, I was actually already I was about self clothing because I knew after this, after I left SF, I was pretty much ending it. I was gonna be done with my like 11-year history of self clothing and have my own clothing thing. So I'd already started kind of since I had a bunch of footage and everything of uh, slow where I was first. I already had sort of that. I was gonna make a documentary. I had that. So when I got to that point, towards the end of my last year in SF, I started filming a lot and going out and filming a lot because, like I said, I kind of wanted to just the slow or self clothing, the documentary of the whole history of self clothing and me doing it and everything else. So I ended up, I only had high at the time, but I started filming a lot. And so I couldn't find the raw footage of this. I wish I could. It's got to be somewhere on my computer because I used the raw footage to make what I'm about to show you, which was sort of a condensed version that was going to be a clip in the documentary I was making about self clothing. So somewhere in my computer, I mean, unless I did the editing and I was running out of space and I deleted it, it's got to be somewhere. If not, shit, that's what I should have done. Damn it. Ah, okay. I know for damn sure it's on one of the high eights I have because I filmed this on my high eight. I have a bunch of high eights. Um, right there in my closet. I still have the high eight camera. I could actually feed it in. Too late now. Should have thought that earlier because I think I was filming this for like this is like 6 minutes of what I have, but I think I had it. I think I filmed what I'm about to show you for like it was like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. 15 minutes. I don't know, something longer than what is now. But okay, you guys are you guys are like this one. Um, uh, where is it? Got to be in here. It's got to be in here. I just downloaded it to this. Why is it not showing up? Where the hell is it? I know that's where I put it, guys. Nope, that's not it. Oh, here it is. Sorry, it's not showing up with the little. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this. It's late, right? Well, it's not too late. Um, uh, there's some nudity in this. Just to let you know, it's male nudity. This is this is some footage I shot in San Francisco. Like I said, this is sort of like right at the end. And a friend of mine who's a neighbor of mine, this way I found him. Oh yeah, this way I found him. Let's get this a little bit closer here. Oh yeah, this is good. This way I found him. I didn't provoke any of this, and when I did find him, I was like, "Hey, I'm kind of doing a documentary. Can I film you right now and interview you?" And he went, "Yeah, sure." So uh, here it is. I'm so glad I can end it with this. Once it gets going.
And now for something completely different. A man with 3 buttons. Okay, so let's tell the story.
Can you guys hear it?
What's led you to be out here naked? Freedom. What? Freedom. And you're my neighbor, right? Duh. Why is that a duh? I could be just talking to any random person I met on the street. So now you're feeling shy? Sorry. So next question is, do you do this often? No. No, I don't. This is your first realm of freedom? Yeah. Oh, this is perfect. It's just what I need for my documentary. The naked neighbor.
I gotta reload the original.
Next question is, I can remember this. When I show you this, you can remember. Hi. And you're gonna be completely okay with the whole outcome. So what's your band's name? Perfect Machine. And where are you guys playing next? And you are vocals, guitar.
He's the bassist.
Bass and vocals. Please, that's mad. Still have one. Okay, matches. Let me try.
He's giving me a light.
I'm almost out of battery. It's not gonna smell much longer.
He's filming himself. See, I gave him the camera.
I lit it, but I can't get the light. We still have record time left. Any epiphanies you can check today?
I'm waving to people.
We're on your soapbox. Oh, the women and the women. I have limited battery time and only 5 minutes to tape.
I told you I had to film it. I don't know, that was just classic. Pretty much. I don't know. I just thought it was great. I said it was kind of the whole. It was kind of the whole thing of me doing a documentary and trying to get footage before I left, so I could actually, you know, I already had the slow stuff from St. Louis at this point already done. Yeah, SF in a nutshell, pretty much. No pun intended. Uh, yeah, I know I have the raw footage. Like I said, at the time on my computers, I was low on hard drive space and that, so I might have fed it in, created that, and then deleted it. But I know I have the raw footage, the whole. Not that you need to see any more than that, but the whole raw footage. Yeah, I filmed. Yeah, I filmed that. I said I know I still have it on there because I kept all that. I have all kinds of other footage because I was trying to make my documentary about my time as a clothing designer and self clothing. So I have a lot of footage of Jesse and Alberto, the gay guys, the whole for Thanksgiving, and my friend Sean that started the Babylon Falling, the bookstore. That's where I met the singer of the Cult, and ended up meeting with him and talking with him for like half hour about music and stuff. And yeah, I have a lot of other. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it all together and just throw it on YouTube. An SF sort of compilation of because I don't think I'll ever complete the. Well, I can't really complete the documentary because I don't even know if I still have all the original footage. I don't have the original Vegas Pro and all of uh, the templates and everything that load a project. I because I lost that on So yeah, unless I start from complete total scratch to make my documentary I was thinking about, the first half of it is gone. For some reason, I only have it in very small little QuickTime files. I never made a really good high quality render of the first half of my documentary. I had it all done. And if I would have just made one, a good friggin' full HD, whatever copy of it, I thought I had one, but I can't find anywhere. That would have been great because I could just plug that in and then fit in all that footage and Mr. Naked Guy and all that and completed it. But I don't know. Might run through all of my high SF footage at some point and make maybe I can make a Storytelling Tuesday compilation where I can just put it on full screen and just it'll be a movie night through the phone for the storytelling where I'll just get all edited, put it on the screen right here, let it play, and you guys can, and I'll just sort of sit to the side and narrate like that. Wasn't that great though? I mean, come on. And when I can't, what happened is I was outside having a cigarette, and he was coming from outside my. That way it was where he was coming from, and that way is where his house was. So I was just out there, and I looked, and here he was coming down the street naked, with his boots on, carrying his clothes, and that's sort of how the whole encounter happened. And I said, "Oh my God, can I go in and film you and interview you?" And he said yes, and that's what I got from it. I totally forgot about this. The other day I was going through something and I saw that it said naked scene. And I'm like, naked scene? Did I film a porn? Is that some random sex I have or something? And all of a sudden I clicked on it and it was him on my porch and I went, oh my God, I totally forgot about that. So I tried to find you guys the raw, like the total uncut without the music and the editing, but I don't think it exists at the moment except for on one of my random high 8 tapes. But yeah, that's the good old storytelling. Naked with that's got to be a country song already. I mean, come on, naked with my boots on. That's got to be a country song somewhere already. There's no way that title is not taken. No way. That's got to be a title of a country song. Naked with my boots on. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad I found another story. I still have a bunch more Tuesday stories coming. I think. I'm at this point kind of lost. I still have some high school stories. I still have one more tournament story. I think I have some other sort of fishing tournament oriented stories. I said at this point I'm kind of blank on them, but they're still in my head. They keep coming around. I just found this one. I didn't even think of this one. I found it. But yeah, the high school one. Some of the other ones. Um, yeah, we'll have some more coming. If not, it's fun hangout time. I know I can make up stories. That's true. I can start doing kind of truth, kind of fictional. Oh, I don't know. I just have another one too. Another one. Yeah. Okay, now come on. I'm 52 years old. I should have 52 years old. There's had a lot of shit in my life. There's more up there. There's more up there. I'll keep finding it after time. And I think that's I've already been on for over 2 hours, guys. And my battery's getting really low. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this Storytelling Tuesday. Maybe this Friday, I will do the fun late night sort of troll hunting game thing. Callie Basson, he joins in right when we're getting ready to go. Adios. You missed it all. We already said we already did all the stories. And this time I got to end it with a video of the story. I just had to sit back. It was sort of like movie time at the end of the story. It was actually kind of cool. So I don't know if you want to go back. You can go back when it gets uploaded and watch it. Yeah, noodling in SF. Yeah, just I mean you don't have to watch the beginning part, but I don't know how long it took us to get into it. I think it took at least 45 minutes or so before I got into all my fun SF stories. So yeah, Ken Kelly Bassett, yeah. Just, I think it was, I don't know, does anyone remember how long? It was at least, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes in. I didn't start till like almost 8, but probably about 34 minutes in before I get into all the really cool SF stories, all kinds of fun ones and the ending. So yeah, it'll be uploaded. Once I get rid of this, it'll start processing and be uploaded. And they're good stories. They're fun ones. And I said, I have more. I have some high school stuff. This was SF stories. High school stuff. I have some more skate stuff. I have a few more, some tournament ones. And yeah, I don't know. I'll keep coming up with them. I'll keep finding them in this brain of mine. And another Carcaton. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good ending, wasn't it? Ending had some crack in it, literally and figuratively. Probably some crack as a drug. I get the stories for ice creams. Yeah, it probably had some crack as a drug and some crack as the butt. For sure. I don't know if it was on that or acid or I don't know what it was on. But it made for good story time. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks a lot for joining. Those of you who just came late, go back and check it out. There's a lot of good stories in there. And a video at the end that tells the story. Yeah, sorry, Angel. Yeah, no, I gotta go. I'm actually working on a video that I need to post tomorrow. I've been working on a lot, doing the intro and everything else, but yeah, I don't have any content already made, and I need to upload tomorrow. So I need to get going on that. But yeah, if you want to go back, watch the story part of it. I think it starts, like I said, like 30 minutes in, 40 minutes in. That's when I actually get into the really cool SF stories. Yeah, definitely go back and watch it because there's some good ones. And it ends with a video. So you get to see like a little movie at the end of one of my experiences at SF. But thanks a lot, guys. I'm out. Like I said, Friday maybe. I might finally do another late night troll hunting and gaming. But all right. Yeah, low budget, you're all ready, right? Low budget, you're all ready. I can upload this. I can send you the baits. You're all ready to go? You're ready to go? So we can get this whole thing going. And the last address you sent me is your correct address, right? Right? Is that the address, the Florida one? Oh yeah, Saturday. I might be live Saturday. Yeah, it's the I want to make sure the Deland, Florida, right? Deland, Florida, site F15. Is that it? Because that's the address I have. All right. Then hopefully I'll have it in the mail tomorrow. It's going out priority mail. Probably 2-3 days, maybe. It'll get to you. And you can do your unboxing, and then I don't know. I'm not putting a time limit on it. I'm not like pressure, whatever you time to do it. But remember, unboxing first, and then film you fishing and that. But thanks a lot, low budget. I think you set the bar as far as the thumbnail and that. So and you saw what I got working on with the intro, so it should be fun. But all right, guys, I'm out. And thanks a lot.